Hello, everyone. My name is Michael, and I am the community manager for the DRKVRS project. And I am thrilled to welcome you to this first Ask Me Anything session, which is today going to be concerning the topic of AI in DRKVRS, how we will utilize the artificial intelligence, and our collaboration with Skyengine AI, which has been announced just recently. As I've said, I've presented a really simple presentation concerning your basic questions, which have been asked on different medias, in here on Discord and also on Telegram, in the topic. So these are 6 general, let's say, blocks of topics. And if you will have any further questions, so if we haven't digged inside a subject that you are interested with, or maybe we haven't approached it from the perspective that you would like to hear from, then please type your questions on the chat and we will answer them accordingly after the presentation. And now, not to waste your time, let us go to the very beginning. So the first question, which is very general, it will give us a bit of a structure, is how will the AI software work for DRKVRS? And maybe I will start with introduction of the Skyengine AI. So if you haven't read our press note, it is a company that is very into the technological side of using artificial intelligence. They are producing various solutions for creation of 3D models. And in this case, they are trying to get into the game dev industry piece of cake, and they want to use their solutions to create 3D in-game assets, which will be ready to be implemented into the engine, and in our case, Unreal Engine. So how will this AI software work for us? The pipeline looks more or less like this. You take the software and you feed it with inputs. These inputs are obviously 3D objects, which can have their mesh and also the material, and that's the default stage. I mean, that's what we want to achieve. For now, it is only the model, but we're going to reach it in some time. And the software looks like more or less like your brain. So you have to feed it with inspiration so that it could create a mixture of different characteristics. So you put an input in form of a 3D object, and it can be only one, but it can be like 2, 3, or basically multiple. And later on, the tool will combine different characteristics, creating variants of these subjects. And it's not 1, not 10, but dozens, hundreds, or even thousands of them in a very short time. So it works really efficiently. Thanks to that, we can obtain very different versions of one asset that is going to be implemented into the DRKVRS game, in our case into beta most probably, but also at the further stage of development. Currently, this tool is at the very beginning of the, let's say, working pipeline. So it creates very basic models, which we will show you at the end of the presentation, the process, how it looks like. But what is really interesting is that you can, for example, feed it with, let's say, 4 different types of chests. One will be pink, second one will be wooden, one will be triangular, second one will be a cube. And then it will mix it, creating, let's say, 50 or 100 variants of this chest, or a mug, or a chair, or a pistol, whatever you wish it for. And you can fill the world of your game, in our case, the world of DRKVRS, with different 3D models. And what is also particularly interesting is that like in the full scope, it will be able to create models with meshes and with materials on them already. So the amount of work required for this model to be implemented in the game will be minimal. And also, it is capable of creating some very, let's say, abstract mixtures. It will be capable of, for example, mixing, let's say, something trivial as a cow and a space station. So if you feed it with so different inputs, it will create, let's say, a cow in shape of a space station which will be black and white, but also all things in between. So it might feel a bit strange. It might be a bit intriguing, but might also help us in creating a lot of NFTs or asset collections, skins, and all this stuff. So that's pretty exciting. The second question was, how will the collaboration with Skyengine AI look like, and what do they provide, and what our responsibilities are? So when it comes to this collaboration, it is a pretty close one, and our agreement is like this. Skyengine AI takes care of all the development and maintenance of the software. They are the main developer and the owner of the tool. They take care of the whole programming and do their best to make it as efficient as possible. On the other side, DRKVRS is supplied with the tool and its capabilities, and we will use it so that we are, let's say, a testing field for the software, and we will provide them with applicable feedback with our suggestions so that it went all smooth and became better and better with every iteration. For now, what we know is that this software is dedicated to DRKVRS only, but it might be distributed to other dev teams if Skyengine AI decides so, because they are the only owner of the tool. We are just merely helping them. And our intention is that we will use all of these inputs in our game strictly, and the agreement allows us to do so. What might be of an interest to you is that this tool uses only the inputs provided by the team. It has no whatsoever connection to the internet. So basically, it is not able to violate any copyright laws. And that is kind of a topic going on in the internet, right? So if you are a 3D artist or basically an artist, do not worry, this tool will not be able to access your creations. Third question is, will the model generating software be accessible for DRKVRS users? And unfortunately, as for now, it is not part of the plan. The tool is strictly dedicated to game developer studios and not to players and users of all kinds. This might change if Skyengine AI decides so. This might be an option in the future, but as for now, in DRKVRS, we'll use it only to work on the game. And if you are interested in such an option, please head on to Skyengine AI and ask them this question. Maybe they will change their opinion, and maybe in time this tool will be able for purchase somewhere in there. So do we consider the introduction of this software as a potential reason for limiting the number of open positions for 3D artists in the game dev industry? And this is a tricky one because we are aware of the rumor and all this mental attitude towards AI limiting the possibilities for people, AI replacing 3D artists and so forth. And now, answering about the future of AI would be more or less like foreseeing the future and looking into a crystal ball. And as you can see, I have none. So basically, I will not try even to answer this question. But from our perspective, it looks more or less like this, that this tool, if implemented into a wider scale to many dev teams, it would minimize the requirement for people and time and money when it comes to producing low quality, mediocre assets. So these would be very basic, like mugs, chairs, and so forth. But when it comes to something a bit more complex and high-end and refined, then people will always be required for this process. So what we may say is that real artists will never be replaced with this one. And if it can minimize the amount of positions, it would only consider, let's say, manufacturing force. So those who are working on these really low-end objects. But to this moment, if it ever happens, it's requiring a lot of time because the tool is at its very early stage of development, and we as game dev employees really hope it's never going to push people out of the industry, but rather help them to thrive and to flourish and to make their work even easier. This is an interesting question. So, is NVIDIA an official partner of Skyengine AI or with DRKVRS? And will NVIDIA participate in the promotion of our game? So, from DRKVRS perspective, we are a participant of a Inception program, which is basically a program dedicated to game development tools and startups. It supported us with some form of a grant and also some technological solutions from NVIDIA. But for now, we are not getting into any closer collaboration. We are at the very beginning of this, partnership road. We hope to get further with time on it. But for now, NVIDIA will not participate in any marketing or promotion activities, but they might support us with their technologies in the future. And when it comes to Skyengine AI, their situation is very different because they are in a very close collaboration with NVIDIA. We do not know the details about the nature of their relationship, so we cannot answer, this question as directly as you would probably like. But we may assure you that they are working really closely with NVIDIA and using a lot of their graphical solutions for the work of AI. And last but not least, is the question, when will the possibility to see the outcomes of this collaboration be? So, as I said, we are wishing it to be in a quarter of a year. By the end of this year, the D1, so District 1, the beta that you've been asking for, is going to be launched. And we really want it to be supplemented with the creations of this spoken of software. Will it come to an end? Will it be really, put into work? Nothing is granted. But if the software is going to develop at a rapid pace as it is right now, we really hope that it's going to be possible, and we are counting on speeding up the production pipeline for District 1 with use of the software from Skyengine AI. And that would be all when it comes to the questions that we've prepared. I hope that there are a few on our chat, but before we get down to them, I would like to show you something really interesting. But for that, I have to change screens. Give me a second, please. Because what we have in here will be a graphical representation of this software's work, and it will be a case of an airplane. Okay, you should see it right now. So in this case, this software was fed with a few airplanes and created, quite a few variants of it. As you may see, these are like, people transportation Boeings, then it will be like a cargo airplane, even a jet fighter, and very, very few things in between. And as this is only a 3D object, you may say, oh, okay, that's not much. But imagine how much time and effort would people have to put into creating all these versions, while this AI software has created it within minutes or seconds, basically. And if we put to it the aspects of materials and meshes, which will come probably in the future, if the technology is developed in a proper way, then we could obtain, like 10, 20 versions of an airplane ready to be implemented straight into the game, which seems to be pretty lucrative as for now. All right, so that would be all what we've prepared from our side. And now it is your time for any questions, if you have so. So just let me check the chat very rapidly. Will there be planes in DRKVRS? As for now, we do not have them in our game design. I've just shown you the sample that Skyengine AI has provided us with. This is like a public material. You can see it's out there online, but it just is presenting the capabilities of the Spoken-of tool, and I think that it's doing it really nicely. For now, we haven't implemented any creations from DRKVRS specifically into the tool because we've just recently signed the agreement. So it is like going all, from the starters. But very soon we are expecting it to produce some real assets for the District 1, District 1 beta version. Will our token be used as a currency in the game? So that's not an AI-based question, but let me answer it in such a way. The SYN token is going to have a lot of utility, and that was our plan from the very beginning. Yes, it will have utility in-game, and no, I cannot share what the utility will be right now. This is like confidential information from the design perspective, but rest assured it will be used in the game, and there will be plenty of options to utilize SYN besides of just staking it. Ethan, I'm only capable of speaking about what is for now, and for now the tool is at the very basic stage of development. However, we would like it to create more complex models for sure. We would like it to be able to create weapons and even armors, as you said. That would be very convenient. That doesn't mean that we are lazy and we do not want to do it ourselves. It would just provide us with, for example, concepts on which we could base further work and speed up the production process. For now, the tool is capable of doing efficiently really basic models. But as I said, the work is still going on. And if it goes the direction that we are expecting it to, and that Skyengine is heading towards, then I believe that it will be capable of also working on more complex models along with meshes and materials. Whether it will create, the whole maps or countries or I don't know, levels, that's debatable. Although it would be possible to create a 3D model which would be as complex as a whole location, but then add to this the aspect of optimization, which is very difficult in the game development process. And therefore, I think that this solution, this software, will take care for now for very basic models, and later on with the development of the tool, new capabilities will come. Yeah, Stardust. Well, that's what I meant on the third question, probably, right? So for now, it's not in the plan. It's not in the agreement that we have with Skyengine. For now, even we do not know what will be the real possibility of usage of this software. But, all things can come with time. And most probably, if the software proves to be as useful, as efficient, and as universal as we believe, who knows? Maybe you guys will have the occasion to put your hands on it. Oh, will the partnership continue even after the full game launches? That's a very future question, but we sure hope so. Because, if the game and the software develop along the way together, then we really hope that it's going to be supportive and efficient as we create additional concept and content for the game. We really want our game to be long-term supported. So if Skyengine provides us a tool that is efficient and effective, then we surely won't resign from our side from this cooperation. But that is a speculation that I cannot provide you a yes or no answer with. But we surely look forward to it. Story quests generated by AI? No, that is certainly not a plan. We have a whole division of writers and narrative designers who are taking care of the storyline, and we do not need any AI support with this one. Although, who knows, the AI industry is developing in such a rapid manner that all kinds of possibilities are possible in the years to come. However, I believe that we are not in need of such solution. All right. Roger that. Thank you, matey. So, guys, to wrap it up and to sum up our meeting, I would just like to say that we have chosen the winner of the Community Championship Award for June, which was 100 USDT. And this award is going to Ghost of Capital Long John Hilver as the most active member. Thank you very much for your participation and for your work that you are doing for our community. And also, I'm getting an announcement that it was for the beautiful sarcastical meme that you guys can now see on our chat. Yeah, Galaxy is definitely the topic of the meme. So once again, congratulations to the winner, to the champion of June, and to all those who have gathered in here. Just remember that you also can become a community champion in July and in all the months further. So stay active, stay engaged, get to our live streams such as this one. There will be certainly more. We are having a few interesting things in our plans. For example, game nights. So you can let me know on the chat whether you would be interested in playing some games together. For example, League of Legends, Counter Strike, or whatever you'd like. So we might certainly organize this one. And if you will stay in touch with our community, you will probably see me a bit more often right now. And when it comes to this presentation and this AMA, I think that would be all from our side. If there are no further questions, then I thank you very much for the attention. Want to play? Great, mate. I'll see you there. Thank you very much, guys. See you on the dark side. Follow our social media. Make sure that you are up to date, and we will see you on the next one. Let yourself be swallowed. See ya.